Hello and welcome to MISD Assessment's video-based training in preparation for everyone's favorite modern warm weather tradition, summer STAAR testing. This video is designed for administrators who will coordinate administration of June STAAR retesting for Grade 5, Grade 8, and end of course. Let's begin by looking at the schedule for the week at all campuses. For EOC exams, TEA mandates that English 1 be administered on Monday, June 19th, and English 2 be administered on Wednesday, June 21st. Remember that you may offer makeups for an English EOC test on any date after the TEA mandated testing day. MISD is officially mandating U.S. history on June 22nd, and Algebra 1 and biology dates have been determined by each campus. Remember also that you may administer Algebra 1, biology, and U.S. history on any date during the week of June 19th through 23rd, depending on student need. English 2 is the only test that could not be administered Monday through Friday because of its TEA-appointed administration date. For grades 5 and 8, TEA mandates that the math test is administered on Tuesday, June 20th, and reading is administered on Wednesday, June 21st. Makeup testing may also be administered the morning of June 22nd. For all grades, since MISD is officially closed on Fridays during the summer, June 23rd is not a scheduled testing date in our district. However, because of TEA's designated window, a campus may choose to administer a test that day if necessary. Due to materials constraints discussed later in the video, any testing on Friday, June 23rd must be administered online only. This slide addresses items your campus should be addressing now. In grades 5 and 8, although testing is centralized at the summer school campus, it is imperative that all rosters reflect the student's home campus so that answer documents are returned correctly and results go to the correct campus. Additionally, you must verify all testing accommodations with each intermediate and/or middle school campus for accuracy to avoid irregularities. For EOC tests, retesters are automatically registered, but campuses must account for any first-time testers. Typically, these students are taking summer U.S. history courses. For all grade levels, be sure to verify that students receiving any of the online embedded supports are registered to test online with the correct supports. Most campuses have already addressed the other items on this slide, but we'll cover supplies in more detail in a moment. Timing rules and other procedures remain the same as the spring, even for online testing. Good news for grades 5 and 8, time to test data is only recorded for primary administrations, so it is not necessary to mark the agency use field on this retest. All students taking grade 8 reading and English 1 or 2 EOC should have access to a dictionary, and all students taking grade 8 math, Algebra 1, and biology should have access to calculators. Remember that these tools must be provided for students taking STAAR Paper and STAAR Online, even though the online version may include its own tools. Grade 5 students may only receive dictionaries and/or calculators as designated supports. Lastly, remember that students taking STAAR Online with text-to-speech support require headphones. As you prepare for testing and train your test administrators, summer testing follows the same procedures as spring testing. Test administrator oaths from spring are still in effect, but it's never a bad idea to review the importance of active monitoring, and our video for test administrators is still on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to review oral administration guidelines as needed, and remember also to maintain proper documentation. Test administrators will use the same manuals they used in the spring for reading directions. Remind them that they are required to read the entire set of directions word for word. If your campus is offering oral administration using paper testing, your test administrators will need to use the paper administration directions and follow the oral administration guidelines published by TEA. This slide outlines the procedures for STAAR Online for all grade levels. All students should appear in a single session or group that's named No Group Name Given. Please check the ETS website to ensure all students are listed and notify our office if anyone is missing. You'll want to print test tickets whenever they're available, store them securely, and collect and destroy them after testing. Remember to provide additional supplies discussed earlier and to maintain accurate seating charts. Use the ETS website to update test attributes and score codes. This will be primarily for students who need to be scored O for some reason, and for students with additional accommodations, such as extra time. Be sure to update test attributes and score codes before Friday, June 23rd. As for paper testing, we have to address it separately depending on the grade level, and we'll begin with EOCs. If your campus has students taking STAAR paper, we're trying to make the process of obtaining and returning materials as easy as possible. So no materials will be delivered directly to your campus from the warehouse. If you need test books, you may obtain them along with pre-coded and/or blank answer documents and header sheets directly from our office. Be sure to add a materials control form to your testing documentation. After testing, verify all answer document coding, complete the appropriate header sheets, and return the scoreable answer documents, header sheets, and test books to our office. We will box and ship scoreables and non-scoreables so that all paper materials reside primarily at our office, reducing the need for you to spend as much time in your testing room in June. Next, we'll discuss paper testing for grades 5 and 8. In this frame, we'll focus on scoreables. Because these tests are centralized, the summer campus receives all campus materials for the 6 campuses at that grade level, either intermediate or middle. The summer campus is then responsible for accessing each campus's shipment to retrieve their answer documents. The most important issue for the scoreable answer documents is that each document must be given to the correct student, coded properly, and then returned on behalf of the correct home campus using the campus headers. As for grade 5 and 8 non-scoreables, test books, the process is not quite as regimented because all tests in a given grade and subject use the same form in the summer. The summer campus should verify that the total quantity received matches the numbers on the shipping notices, but a given student is not required to receive a test book from his or her specific home campus. A grade 5 or 8 test book is a grade 5 or 8 test book, unless it happens to be a grade 5 Spanish edition. So for the sake of efficiency, feel free to exhaust the shipment for one campus before drawing from the shipment of another. Just be sure to track which books belong to which campus for return purposes. We recommend writing the campus number on the back of each book. You'll arrange a warehouse pickup of test books similar to spring testing procedures. Check-in for summer testing will take place the afternoon of Thursday, June 22nd, as mandated by TEA. Our office will provide an electronic checklist to all campuses to verify that online testing has been properly completed. We'll also send out procedures and a schedule for returning paper materials to all campuses. High schools will keep all documentation on file at the campus. Summer, intermediate, and middle schools will return all documentation to our office, and we will file it. Results for end-of-course tests should post by the end of July, which should facilitate planning of interventions for students needing to retest again in December. Rosters for grades 5 and 8 are expected to arrive while MISD is closed in July, but our office will hit the ground running on July 10th to ensure campuses can proceed with GPCs throughout the month of July. Of course, if you have questions, feel free to contact us. Our summer hours are on screen, or you can feel free to email instead. Thanks for watching.